This is the oral presentation of the RO-MEP, the Reverse Osmosis Manual Emergency Pump. My name is Alexander Gaudreau, and I am one of the presenters of the RO-MEP.
And my name is Robert Gaudreau. I am also presenting the RO-MEP. Before we start, we would like to thank our mentor, Dr. Sue, for all the help he has given throughout the project. Pictured here to the right is a front view of the RO-MEP, the Reverse Osmosis Manual Emergency Pump. It has the capabilities to provide clean drinking water when tap or bottled water is scarce or contaminated. The RO-MEP can be provided at a very affordable price and is there to give you a peace of mind.
With the 2020 Atlantic hurricane season being the busiest season on record with 30 named storms, you can't afford to not have the RO-MEP as a backup for access to clean drinking water when bottled or tap water is scarce and or contaminated. Another scenario where the RO-MEP can become very helpful is during a boil water advisory. When water sources could become contaminated with bacteria, the RO is a reliable method of removing the bacteria without the need to boil water. Another example of when the RO-MEP can become very helpful was during the Flint, Michigan crisis when water was contaminated with high concentrations of lead. Boiling lead contaminated water does not remove the lead. Instead, by using the RO-MEP, it would safely remove the metal from the water and allow you to have safe, drinkable water.
The RO-MEP utilizes reverse osmosis technology to remove many things, such as but not limited to bacteria, viruses, and several types of total dissolved solids, such as salt or lead. TDS, or total dissolved solids, is a great way to measure the effectiveness of the filtration. Pictured here is the front, the rear, and the aerial view of the RO-MEP. The weight is about 14 pounds, but can be significantly lighter if a different frame was chosen.
The RO-MEP utilizes reverse osmosis technology. Unlike conventional filtration, as seen on the left side of Figure 6, which is similar to how a coffee filter separates coffee and coffee grinds, RO works by separating the inlet water into a permeate and a brine. This can be seen on the right of Figure 6. The permeate is the drinking water and will have a low TDS, whereas the brine, which is not drinkable, will have a higher TDS than the inlet water that came in originally.
So how much did the RO-MEP cost? The RO-MEP prototype featured on the right cost about $144 when buying components from Home Depot and Amazon. If the RO-MEP were to be commercially manufactured, the final cost could easily be reduced to $50. Here is a list of all the components that comprise the RO membrane. This next slide will be a video demonstration of the RO-MEP.
This is the presentation for the RO-MEP, the Reverse Osmosis Manual Emergency Pump. My name is Robert Gaudreau. I am a mechanical engineer at FAU.
And behind the camera, my name is Alexander Gaudreau, and I am as well a mechanical engineer at FAU.
I'm going to do a brief overview, and everything I'll be moving from the left to the right. Over here on the left, we have the bucket of the inlet water. This is going to be your dirty water. It's going to pass into this hose here, and as you pull the piston upward, like this, it's going to pass through this check valve, allowing water to only flow downward. As you push back down, this chamber will be full of water and it will pass through this check valve, allowing water to flow upward. And it passes into this sediment filter, which will remove all of the big chunks of dirt and rock. And as you come to the back here, it passes through this PSI gauge here on the top, which gives the user interface to know how much pressure they are applying. And it passes into the heart of the system, the reverse osmosis membrane. As you see here on the left, this will be the brine coming out, and on the right with the little red collar is the permeate. This is the good water and this is the bad water.
So can you explain how you're getting good seal with the pump?
Over here is a demonstration of what the inside of this housing here looks like. You can see that there are grooves on this end cap for an O-ring, and this provides a watertight seal. And I've tried it up to 100 psi to 110, and it works perfectly fine.
And that's safe?
This is perfectly safe. The system is rated for up to 300 psi.
Okay. And that sediment filter, can you explain what that's doing over there? What does that look like inside?
Well, over here is what this, it is a union fitting for PVC, and it is completely unthreadable. And you can take it apart. Here is your sediment filter here. And it can be taken apart on the field at any time to change the filter or clean it out.
So it's very user-friendly.
It's very user-friendly, and it's used to protect the membrane and to ensure a long life of the membrane.
Okay.
Would you like to try pumping it a couple times?
Yes, I'd love to.
Okay. And so
Right
you
now
can
I'm at
see
35, 34 psi. Very easy. I'm putting in very minimal effort.
the system is very small and compact and is able to be taken and stored for emergencies.
Okay, I think this should be enough. So is this water safe to drink? Can you demonstrate how we're able to determine if it's safe to drink?
Yes, the permeate water, it will be used to determine how clean it is a TDS sensor, and it measures the total dissolved solids. And so this reading over here had about a reading of about 280, and that is pretty bad drinking water. So if I give you the measurement of this water has 35, which is perfectly fine for drinking. And that's how you can measure how well your system's working and to make sure your water is clean.
And at what numbers are they safe to drink at? What's considered safe?
Anything under 500 is considered safe, but usually tap water is under 100 and bottled water is under 100, sometimes 50. Thank you for watching this demonstration. I hope you learned a lot.
All right.
In the previous slide, we showed a video demonstration of the RO-MEP. We showed 2 pumps on camera, and we did a total of 12 to get the amount needed for a glass of water. After about 2 minutes, we got about 400 grams of water of 14 ounces. The TDS of the drinking water went from 280 parts per million to 35. This shows the effectiveness of the RO-MEP. Also, as expected, the TDS of the brine increased from 280 parts per million to 293. Lastly, we calculated the brine to permeate ratio as 7.2 to 1. This number could range from 1 to 1 or even 15 to 1. This number shows the efficiency of the RO-MEP purification potential, where the lower the ratio, the more efficient.
The significance of the RO-MEP starts to shine in emergency situations and in high heat climates when daily drinking needs increase. Using results from the previous slide and data from the Mayo Clinic, the time needed to make a day's worth of drinking water is 13 to 19 minutes. To summarize, when drinking water is scarce or unavailable, the RO-MEP offers a peace of mind in these types of emergencies. The pump is inexpensive, it's easy to use, and it doesn't require a lot of space. Its design is durable and it has the capability of making enough drinking water for all types of families.
Here you can find our research citations part 1 and part 2. All of the images sourced from the internet are also here. Thank you for watching and giving us the opportunity to present the RO-MEP.